And we're live, everybody. I hope everybody's having a good night. We're going to have some fun tonight. We've got some new stuff to show you, but as usual, the very most important thing to me is to make sure that all of you brand new people know exactly where everything is and how to get around. But the very first thing I need to do is, can you hear me and can you see me? I need to see some yeses in the chat before I go any further, just to make sure, because I don't want this to end up that something happened to my sound and you guys can't hear it. So let me know. Yes, you can hear me. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, Paul can hear me. Who else? Good, 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 good. All right, so we're going to go ahead and share the screen, and I'm going to get into the back office of Got Backup, and I'm going to make sure you know exactly where everything is, and then we're going to go from there. So first off, I want to make sure it's just the back office and not me. And as you can see, we're in the back office. The very first thing you're going to come to is this window that says welcome. And there is a video here. And it's worth it to spend a few minutes looking at that. And there are some buttons that are kind of like shortcuts. But we're going to spend our time on the left-hand menu over here. As you can see, Got Backup is positioned right underneath a tab called Digital Tools, okay? So if we click this, you'll notice that everything is in here and everything else is down here, and it's going to matter to you what I'm talking about in a few minutes because some new things have started to happen and it's pretty awesome. Anyway, first off, I want to click this Use This Tool link, and what that does is that gets you to the dashboard of our Got Backup. And why that is important is brand new people, you need to see these two windows right down here. If you're a Mac user, you want to download the Macintosh icon, whether you're on an actual computer or whether you're on an iPhone, you need to go over to these links. Now, if you're a Windows user, you're going to download over here. And you're also, if you're an Android user, you're going to find your download right here. I want you to absolutely pay attention to this orange button that you can see under both of these. And I'm actually going to click now so that you can see that what's under there is a whole setup of special videos that were created to help you get started correctly. And these are important. Now, I don't have a Macintosh, I have a Windows machine, so these would not be useful to me, but there are videos for the Windows users right here. And if you go ahead and look at those, you'll see that it has a very, very concise explanation on how you get started with your machine. All of these videos are important. I recommend that you spend the time. Don't take a shortcut, but spend the time, please, and watch these and get set up correctly. If you're an Android machine, phone, this is also where you're going to find the videos that are connected with your Android and how to get that set up correctly. And if you're like me and I have a Windows hard drive or computer, but I like iPhone. So I actually watched these videos right here to make sure that I understood exactly how to get my setup correctly put together, because if you do something a little bit different than what it says to do, it may not work correctly. So very important, okay? So watch these videos. I can't stress that enough. I can't walk you through the entire setup because my setup is finished and I would have to be a brand new machine without any setup going in order for it to look right. And if I did do that, it would only be good for the Windows user anyway. So that's why those videos are so really, really important, okay? This is also how you get to the cloud, and we'll go back to that in a little bit. But in the meantime, The next tab down is called our Reseller Tools. And really, this is where you find all of the stuff that's really important for promoting Got Backup, okay? First off is the promotional links, which is there's some icons that are showing you the picture of what each of these links are really going to take you to. This is a get started, get your account created folder right here. So this is good for anybody that has not actually started, but they're on your list, and maybe this lets them get a tour going, but maybe they just got as far as becoming an email lead, but they didn't go any further. Well, this is how you get them to the next step, is right here on this page right here. But each one of these are set up where you can just copy your link right here. You can create a tracking link next to it. And what that's good for is if you have paid leads, for instance, or some kind of traffic you're paying for, this will help you keep track of what's going on. And then as you go along, you're going to have statistics that show how well your page is doing, and you can view that right here. And each one of these pages has a separate set of links. This one right here is set up for if somebody wants to pay for the extra place of letting the company do some of the work for them, and you can offer that link as well. Okay, now the tab right here, this is for our webinars, and it's really good to get in the habit of using this. In fact, I use this link in my webinar, in my emails on a regular basis, probably at least 3 to 5 times a week. I make sure this link, of course, it doesn't have this username on the end. It has my username, but I use this link. So this is a hint. Somebody that is considered a leader is using this link weekly, 3 to 5 times a week to invite people to come to the webinars, not just my personal one here, but of course, Wednesday night cutoff and Friday morning recognition with Mark. And then we've started to have other things too. We've had different language stuff going on, and those are happening at various different times. And then there's sometimes a Saturday training as well. All of these links this link will stay the same, really. It'll just get redirected to whatever video training is happening at the moment. For instance, when you guys got your emails today, it brought you to this webinar. But tomorrow, there won't be a reason for you to come to my webinar. You can come to it, but it'll be a replay instead of the live training. So that's why this is very important to know what all these links take you to and why you need them, okay? So the next one is called banners. And what this is really good for is places like your blog, if you have a blog. In fact, I have this one on my blog and I use it constantly. I'm not going to take you to the blog tonight because I've got some other stuff to share. But that is really good. And one of the things I saw somebody ask, and this is something you can do, you have 2 ways you can use this. You can use the code right over here, or you can actually click on this, and it opens up to a full size, and you can do a right click, save image as, and guess what? It saves it as a GIF on your hard drive, and then you can use it anywhere you want. Just make sure it's connected to your link. So that's one of the ways that I use it. And then your next tab over is advertising ad copy. And these are just examples and ways that you can actually make an email or a post. Now, if you do this as an email, I recommend that you do not use all these links in here. This has got like 3 or 4 links. And if you do that many, it often will end up going to your spam folder. So edit this down, make it look like it's you, and be friendly with it, and be a little bit careful how much you decide to use it, because you don't want to overdo any kind of advertising like this. You want to keep it friendly, and that's important. So the next one over is called pre-enrollee ad copy. And this one works if you have pre-enrollees. Right now, I don't have any pre-enrollees. So when I click this, it doesn't actually put any information in there, but this will actually put this whole email in your lead capture system, and it'll be ready to go except for a few little quick edits. Then the next tab over is called the social media banners, and these are really pretty, and I've used them a little bit. Again, be cautious not to overdo, please. If you're just putting these out there every single day, all day long, people will see it as an advertisement, and then they'll stop being interested in what you have to share. So use it very, very sparingly, but you can use it. And then the next one over here is called video memes, and these are actual videos, and you can share them like in your blog, or you can share the link on Facebook. Again, be sparing, don't overdo it. And so that's all the tabs, everything that's inside of our reseller tools. Now, I've already shared with you the install videos. And the next tab down here is not really under Got Backup, but it's very important that you know that you have a full email system available to you. As a default, you're going to have two lists, Got Backup pre-enrolled and Got Backup resellers. Resellers are going to be people that are actually paid for, and they have the full family account, and they have, in other words, that makes them an affiliate. And that means that they have the opportunity to sell this to other people. So that will make them a reseller, and they will show up on that list. This is just me because this is a demo account. This doesn't generally look this empty, of course. This is, like I said, a demo account. So it's not going to show a real setup of leads. Facebook doesn't like it when we show personal information. So we try to be really super careful not to do that. We don't want to have our videos taken down. The next tab down is called My Business. And this is really good because you can actually review your compensation plan in detail. Whoops. For instance, this has got 2 videos in it, and it's also got some PDFs that match the information that the video contains. So you can choose either or on that, but I do recommend you actually go through these 2 videos so you understand how we get paid. Then on this tab right here, you will see in real time when somebody has become a paid member. They will show up right here or right here. And eventually you'll start seeing money showing up down here too. Now the next tab down, this My Payment, this is actually for getting set up the first time if you haven't done it yet. You need to choose one of these. And then the next one down here, this is the real payout when you start getting paid. Now remember, there's a 4-week waiting period before you actually see a commission if you're brand new. That is to protect you and the new person because we give them a 30-day guarantee. So in other words, if you got paid instantly and they have a 30-day guarantee, then if they choose to actually go away and don't want to be here, they have a right to have their money back, and that means they'd have to claw it back out of your commissions. So if we have a 4-week lag period before you get your first commission, that means you probably will never see a clawback, which is very important. Then on this tab right here, it's called My Downline. And on My Downline is where you'll see the holding tank and the power line You'll also see where your sponsor in here. All of that is going to be contained in little tabs down here on the bottom. But those are not there because, again, this is a demo account, and so there is no information in here. We did that on purpose because we wanted to make sure that nobody's personal information is ever shown on the videos. The next tab down is called My Direct Affiliates, and this is where, as you start having paid people, they're going to show up on this list. And it's kind of nice because if you want to send them a special email or even give them a phone call, you can do that because their personal information is going to be in here. And it'll be based on what they are. If they're a family account user, they're going to be called a reseller. If they're just buying the personal account, they'll be called a customer. Or if for some reason they didn't finish the job, they'll be in the cart abandoned. Sometimes they show up in the free account when they're taking the tour. And then, of course, the All tab will show everything. Now, the next tab down is specifically something that used to be only in the Got Backup, but I've got some exciting news in a few minutes. And so this is where you will find the schedule for the whole week, starting with Monday tonight. And what's cool is you can actually pick up your link right here. All you have to do is click this, and it's going to actually bring you back to this page right here. And guess what? This is where that page is. It's right here. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and go to the next link, which is under here. And that is the webinar replays. We don't need to see the leaderboard. I'll take you there sometime. But I'm trying to keep this brief because there's some new things I need to share with you that you'll really love. And this page in particular, I love because people are always asking, how do I get to the replays? Well, now you've got it in your back office. All you have to do is click right here, and it brings you to our own live tab. And if you look down here, you'll see I'm live right now. See, it says live, but there is new ones coming up, and there are things that have happened in the past, like on Sunday. This was on Sunday, and on Saturday, they talked about some new stuff, and we're going to talk about that tonight, which would be really fun. And then there is a special Got Backup leaderboard. But here's one of the new things they just announced that I'm really excited about, and that is this one right here. They just introduced this tab a few days ago. And it's not going to show anything because there's nobody in here. But what this does is this allows you, as you start building a list of people that are bronzes, silvers, even sapphires and emeralds, you get to recognize them because it'll let you create an actual picture. And I'm going to show you how that works in a few minutes because I have it available in my back office. The next thing down here is another new thing they just introduced, and it's called our internal wallet. And what the wallet does is it lets you add money from whatever place you want it to come from. For instance, if we want to refill, and the reason why this is important is if you want to actually have it available to do certain things, like right now, if I go back to this here, notice I have this tab, this click, I can actually click this and say pay my account subscriptions with my wallet balance. This gives you a lot of control if you want to do that. And what's really cool, as you start to have a pretty steady amount of commissions, you have the option, if you want to fill your wallet with commissions, and then you can actually have the commissions pay for your monthly bill from this account, which which isn't that hard to come by. You know, when we're only paying $9.97 a month, you can do this pretty fast, I would think. Now, here's the exciting stuff I'm going to share with you today. I'm going to go back to my personal back office, and you can see I'm not in Got Backup. I'm actually a Now Lifestyle member. In the past, we couldn't see all those special pages because we are a little different. We have other products, and our Got Backup is not the top. It's inside of our digital products, and it's not the only one. And in the past, that was, well, we had, you know, we have the basic pages, but we didn't have all those extra pages. But now we have the internal wallet in our own back office, Now Lifestyle. So any of you that have other things up here not got backup, you still are going to get all of the fun pages that are inside of Got Backup. For instance, recognition and rank up. I showed that to you in the other page. Now let me show you that in action, because now you can create a page. So you can actually say congratulations. I did this earlier, so I'm just going to show you how it works. And I actually made his page and I put it out there. So I'm actually going to look at this. And this is a page I made for Roy, who is a silver at the moment. So I actually have this, and I saved it. And all you have to do once you have uploaded an image, you need an image for that person, whatever it is. So you probably need a connection to Facebook with that person so that you can find a picture. And then once you have one of their images, you can do a save as. And as you can see, I did save it earlier. And that allows you to recognize your team members inside of Facebook or other places where you might be able to put up images. Any place where you have a community and they talk to you and they see what you share. Like if you have a community in LinkedIn, you could do that in LinkedIn. If you have a community over in Instagram, you could do that in Instagram. And of course, in Facebook, we definitely have a community. And I don't mean just in the group either. You can put it on your personal page. And because that makes, what do you think this does when you share something like this on your Facebook? It shows that you have something happening in your Facebook organization, in your own group. And as you start having people that have succeeded to create something, and I have people that are at least to silver in my team. And then here's the other thing you can do. If I come over here to my Got Backup, to the group itself, if you don't yet have people that have actually ranked up, guess what you can do? You can do this. Save this. And you can make sure you have his name. I'm going to put this on my Facebook right now in front of you so that you know what we're talking about. So I'm going to come over to my profile and I'm going to add that photo that I just saved, which is in my downloads right here. And then I'm going to actually make a post out of it. Because we're friends, he's going to see this. And this is pretty awesome when you can do this. So what do you think of that? Is that cool or what? You can actually do that. So now the other thing that happened in our Got Backup recently is there are all the other pages. I was making a big kind of to-do about this too, to support. And I was saying, we need this. It can't just be a gut backup thing. It has to be available to everybody. So now, not only do we have the recognition and rank up, we have the webinar replays, we have the live webinar schedule. So when I click on this, it looks the same as the one in the Got Backup, and it takes me over to get my link just the same as it did. But now I have the correct link, and you know what to do, right? Come down here. It's this one right here, and you copy it, and you can share it in Facebook. When you're talking to somebody, you can put it in an email. Very important to do that anyway. But when we have all of this, and I'm going to open this again, make sure I have all of it, and we have the business cards, and I already showed you the wallet. So all of the Got Backup pages are now live for anybody that's like me that started out in another software. I started out actually in SendShark, and then it became Now Lifestyle because I bought other tools. As you can see, I've got a lot of tools in here, but of course I love Got Backup and use it daily. And because I have this whole suite, I really love and appreciate having these pages. So now I'm going to come back to our page here, and you can let me know if you've got any particular questions. Yes, Greg, so much exciting stuff in the NLS back office. Many of us started out much earlier, and my product was Now Lifestyle, and I've been Now Lifestyle for 3 years before Got Backup even started to come into our lives. And so, of course, it matters. Regeneration, the most important thing is to follow the Get Started videos that I recommended at the beginning of my tour. You absolutely need to get started correctly. So please don't put that off or think that you are smart enough not to do it. I actually had my iPhone set up incorrectly. And when I went in and watched the iPhone setup that is inside those videos, I did it correctly. And that's really, really important. So I really recommend you do that. So that is my presentation for the official part of it. I'm ready now to take any questions that you have. Please make sure and ask me anything that comes to mind so that we can take care of that. My objective for the whole night is to make sure that you feel really comfortable, you know where things are, and you're ready to get running, because that's the whole name of the game. First off, get set up correctly. And that means watch those videos and do what the videos tell you to do. Second off, I showed you where your affiliate links are. Make sure you get in there and get your affiliate links. Have a conversation. Don't just throw it at people, please. And those are the 3 steps, really. There isn't a lot of really complicated stuff here. It isn't complicated. It's easy. Think about how important it is to use the fork correctly. It is. This is the Got Backup fork. But if you think about it, what is it that you need to do that's important to you? Number 1, get set up correctly. Number 2, go get your link. Number 3, share it with people correctly. In other words, have conversations. Don't just say, here's my link, go do it. Bob, no, the link, $40 fee is not waived. I don't know what you're talking about exactly, because as far as I know, that has not been changed. What that is an affiliate fee to help you get started correctly. It pays for some of the back stuff that we need. App for this on the go. I'm not sure exactly, Anton, what you're talking about. We do have an app for uh, our phone. Is that what you're talking about? It's already in there if that's what you're talking about. What other to go do you need other than that? You can access it from anywhere. Okay, Paul, I showed it to you, but let me go ahead and quickly show it to you again. All right, so let me go and get in there. Let's see. When we go back to Got Backup and to the reseller tools, there are 2 pages here. This is the tour link. If they've never taken the tour, it creates a pre-enrollee. And this is the get started and pay for it link right here. Okay, so you have 2 links. This is really important. If somebody's already been through the pre-enrollee part, they don't need to do it twice. Okay, so get them started on this page. Okay, I don't know, Bob. You'll have to ask. I don't have any idea. Okay, if you're getting iCloud is full, you don't have to start over because that's iCloud. That's not Got Backup, okay? And what's probably happening is you still have iCloud going. And I didn't turn off my iCloud either, but you can completely ignore iCloud because you have Got Backup. And Got Backup is better because you have a lot more space. So I wouldn't worry. You do not have to pay for iCloud. Don't pay for iCloud. You do not have to do that. In fact, one of the things I started doing, and I'm almost done with it, is that I am putting everything in the cloud, and then I'm going to eliminate a great big hard drive that I have right now connected to my computer. And I'm doing that for a reason. No, Bob, I have no reason to look at that. That was probably something special sent to you. It's not something that would be beneficial for me to look at. So don't send me your video, please. All right. New questions? Any questions that you need me to answer? I'll be glad to help you out. Janice, that was a good question too with the iCloud, and I understand you being a little bit worried about it. But see, we're replacing iCloud. We're replacing it, okay? Okay, yeah, we can show you what the back office looks like. Let's go ahead and do that. So if I'm actually going to go to my own back office. So I'm going to use the tool. And I'm going to show you. See, your back office looks like this, but to get to the actual cloud, you go in here like this. And you'll notice as soon as I open mine that it has got lots of stuff in it. You have 2 choices as well. You can set it up as a sync and ignore it and let it do its thing, or you can do a manual upload. You have the choice to actually be in control completely with what you've got back here. And what's good about that is that, let me show you what I'm doing right now. You guys all know that Dropbox has a feature where you can create a folder or even files, and you can create a folder that is just a shared folder, the entire thing. That's what I have done for my daughter. I'm in the process right now of uploading all of her pictures and videos, and believe me, she's got a lot of stuff. So far, if I scoop down to the bottom here, she's got 19.7 gigabytes, and I'm not even halfway through loading what is in her back office or what's in her folder. And if I actually come down here, I'll show you what that actual picture folder is right here. But I am in the process. As I upload things, I am actually going to be deleting those folders. So you might notice this one starts at 2008. So if I come back here and I look at hers in here, it starts at 1978. That was her birth date. So in other words, what I am doing in my hard drive is I'm uploading all of the pictures in here or videos, and then I'm deleting it off that hard drive. I am leaving it just in the cloud. And I have a shared link. That's what this chain is, so that she can come in here anytime she wants and look at stuff. She can download stuff. She can't edit any of it because I'm in complete control of it, mainly because she's a little bit of a scatterbrain. Not that I'm calling her any names or anything, but she sometimes loses stuff. In fact, this camcorder folder right here is videos of her first child that she did with her own personal camcorder, the old camcorders that are, half the size of a regular camcorder tape that fits inside a camcorder. And I was holding all those videos for a long period of time, and I had made a promise that I was going to digitize them, and I never did that because I realized I really didn't want to spend the time, and I didn't really have the software to make it happen. So what I did instead is I spent some money for one of those companies that actually will create a digitized file off of an analog, which means a tape that's not digital, right? And so now all of her videos are in this back office and available for her to watch. And if I click this, you'll see that it plays in the back office right here. This is Justin, my grandchild, when he was only a couple of months old. So now all of these videos are available to her, and some of these videos are 20 some years old because Justin is in his 20s now. But I have made this available to her. And the reason why I did that is because I made it so that she would have the option of being able to watch those videos or look at any of these pictures or download any of these pictures, but she can't delete them and she can't edit them. And I did that on purpose because I don't want them lost. So that's what I'm doing with that. Okay, let's see. There's some new questions I probably need to check out. Okay. Okay, Mike Ann. Okay, that's something you can check with support and see if you can change it. Okay. Thank you, Tom. All right. Who has a question here? Right now, the best way to leave any kind of feedback, if you've got good or bad, is through the support tickets. I hope you don't say too many bad things because I think we've got some really amazing stuff available to us. And believe me, I have had backup software where I've had to pay $100 a month. So the fact that you pay $9.97 or $100 a year is totally amazing. Okay. When we get the leads, are those personal? They sign up also? Yes, they are personal to you. If they show up in your back office, they are your personal leads. If you don't see anything at all, that means your backup isn't working. Yes, go ahead and start over and get one set up. Make sure that it is. And like I said, you have two choices. You can do a sync or you can do a manual upload. And what's good about doing a manual upload is it will not go away. You have complete control of it. So good questions. I appreciate that. Any other questions I can answer for you? I want to make sure that you guys feel really comfortable in our software. I have been in so many things can't even give you the list. And I'll tell you one thing, there is nothing like Got Backup anywhere. There really isn't. And I just did a video, and you can see it in my YouTube if you're interested. But and that's Linda Cromar is my username for my YouTube. But I replaced all my Google Docs. You can do them in the back office. Okay, Bruce has a good question. After uploading, can I change the names of the folders? Yes, you can. You can move them around. It's just like having a hard drive up in the cloud. You can change the names. You can move them around. You can actually put them inside of other folders if you want to. You can do anything you want. Oh, okay, that's a good question. Let me go back into my backup and let me show you what I've done here. For instance, if let me go to my main folder here, and for instance, I'm just going to show you what is already here rather than showing you how to do it because you could figure this out. You have the option to create folders and to upload files when it comes to the files you have in here, or you can create new documents. But you can create a new document, you can create a new folder anytime you want. So for instance, if I decided I wanted to create a new document, a new folder, I'm just going to call this test because I'm not going to do it, keep it right now. But this is just so that you can see how it works. Now inside the test, I can decide to upload anything. It doesn't have to be just pictures and videos. It can be any kind of file. For instance, if I go and upload, right now I'm in here, but say I want to upload a Camtasia folder. Say I want this untitled project autosave. I can do that, okay? Or I could just open this one and it will put that one in there. And it's a video, okay? Or if I happen to have some PowerPoints, I can put them in here. Or if I have some documents or some Excel type spreadsheets, I can put them in here. You have the choice to put just absolutely any kind of folder or picture that you want. In fact, the way I'm using my Got Backup is it is basically a hard drive in the cloud. And I am eliminating my old hard drive for the purpose of making it so that it is fun and easy to use. Okay, so you pay if you want to keep your We Got Friends active, of course you need to keep paying your total fee because the Got Backup is not replacing the We Got Friends. It is a place where you can start backing up things that you want. And one of the things we have that We Got Friends does not have is the lead capture system. So you probably have a brand new list that would be the referrals that you bring into We Got Friends, I would assume. And that is important to know, that that's what you're doing, is building a list inside. And so I would not close down your We Got Friends unless you do not intend to use that system any longer, because it won't be available to you if you stop paying the fee. So that's how that works. Like I said, you would go ahead and send them emails. I didn't go through that in detail, but I've done that in the past. Will you check out last week's replay that I did? And I went into a lot more detail about how the lead capture system works, because what I try to do is make sure that I am explaining how you can use all of the products or systems. Okay, I think I know what you're asking. Okay, let's see, let's go back in here. And if we go to the Got Backup again and use the tool, if you go to the auto login, I think that's what you are asking me. And it does not want to open mine. Oh, there it is. There are some tabs up here. I think that's what you're asking, is all of this up here. The dashboard is where we are right now, okay? The files, that is when you get to your own personal, whatever you've got in here, okay? And in this case, there's a few things in here, but most of this is kind of empty. And then there is a tab called Photos, which will just gather up all the photos that you have. For instance, we've got the icon in here and a few other things that I've put in here in the past. Activity is just going to pay attention to the kind of activity that you're doing. Calendar is really cool, because what calendar does is it lets you create what's called an event. You can actually create an event in here and you can share it with other people, or you can make appointments with people. It all is set up for that purpose. Quick notes is exactly what it sounds like. You can create a little note to keep you on top of things whenever it is that you want. And here's another thing that's cool is, if you have Dropbox right now, it is already, we already have migration for Dropbox. Now, I think they'll be doing that also with some of the other things out there like iCloud, but right now they do not have that. But right now we do have Dropbox. So if you have a whole bunch of things in Dropbox because you've had that account, you can actually go get an access code. And with that access code, I don't have Dropbox, so it's not going to actually give me anything. But what it's going to do is it's going to ask you to get the access code and put it right here. And when you have done that, it's going to bring over into a new folder, I imagine. I could quite imagine it's going to create a folder called Dropbox. And in that Dropbox folder, it's going to start migrating over all of your pictures. So I think that's what you were asking, Bruce. Okay. Yes, I really like having the, I'm kind of a control freak, to tell you the truth. I like having more control than just letting it sync. And one thing that sync means is that as you change what's happening on your hard drive or your phone, it will change in your folder up in the cloud. So if you delete a picture in your phone, it will delete it in the cloud. So if you don't want that to happen, then an upload manually is the way you control that. And if you do that with your phone, what you would do is do a download in the cloud and create a brand new folder that would be all of your pictures from your iPhone, and then it will not delete it. Okay, does that make sense? I hope it does. Okay, good. No, Warren, I'm not going to give you my phone number because that is not appropriate because you are somebody else's team member and I'm doing this for the whole company. Okay, so that is only fair. Where do people turn off the sync? Okay, that's a good question. Bruce is asking. If you want to get into your back office where the Got Backup is going, and right now I have my stuff on what's called, uh, uh, I have something set up to, if I want to resume it, I can, but right now I have everything in pause. And the reason why I have it in pause is because it is important for me anyway, to get all my stuff in there the way I want it before the sync resumes. So, Warren, I appreciate you being friendly, but please let's not have a big chat message because I get about 50 people that do that and it's just too much. I hope you understand. It's just too much. Okay, so questions that I can answer. Um, do you know if you lose the date and timestamp of your uploaded pictures? I don't know for sure, but I do know that when I was uploading some things today, I saw that it said last updated 15 years ago. So I suspect that means it does not lose its original properties, which is what you're really asking. And yes, thank you, Greg. Yes, I appreciate, I do get a lot of people that try to talk to me directly that are somebody else's team members. And it is not very respectful to do that. I'm not being mean. I just want you to understand that's not respectful because you have your own sponsor, and that's who you should be talking to, is your personal sponsor. Okay, and that's why I'm saying no to Warren, because your sponsor is the person that you need to talk to. And if that sponsor cannot answer your question, Bruce has the other part of that. Come to our Facebook group. In fact, let me get that for you. And we have a Facebook group for our Got Backup, which is the proper place for you to ask any questions that you might have. What's cool about doing it that way is that not only would I answer the question directly there, but so would a lot of other people that might have even better answers than me. And that makes it really cool because sometimes someone else has a better way to handle a certain problem. So if you go to our actual Got Backup Facebook page or group, I mean, and become active there, you will have a better chance. If there are specific special questions that you need help with, I actually don't want to do $100 per hour for anybody. I don't like to do coaching, to tell you the truth, but I will do it for my team, but I don't want to do it as a profession. Reason why is because that gets to be really kind of ugly because people expect you to give them a lot more time than I really want to give them. And I'm not being mean, but I just know that my time is valuable. I hope that you guys understand. So no, I don't like to do that. Thank you, Bruce. I appreciate your thoughts. But that's why I do this webinar, because it gives me a chance to help a lot of people that are not even in my team. And yet I am only giving you around an hour of my time. And that feels good to me, and it should feel good to you too. So, and then the other thing I want to make sure I don't forget, and sometimes I do forget, is if you are absolutely brand new and you have not yet gotten started, here is the link to do that. And you should be cookied to the person that referred you to this webinar tonight. If for whatever reason you're not, and you just came out of the blue right off of YouTube or something, then it's a good idea to connect up with somebody that you would like to be part of. But your sponsor matters. It's really, really important to actually go to your personal sponsor, even if they're brand new, because what's cool about our Got Backup system is they don't have to know anything. All they have to know is go there. And that's why I do what I do too. I want you to get comfortable enough that you know exactly how to get around, and then you can guide your own personal team. And when you can do that, it feels good. Okay? Okay, the major thing that you need to do, Warren, is please go watch my replay that was from last Monday, and I went into a lot more detail about the lead capture system, which really I believe you need to understand, and that is important to use. Okay? You know what, Joy? That's the cool thing about Got Backup. You don't have to know everything. You just have to remember to point. And that's a better way anyway. Because if you try to be the person that knows everything, guess what? They're going to be a little bit worried, because they're going to say, how can I possibly know everything? But you don't have to know everything. Just say, I know where it is, and I can point you in the right direction. And when you do it that way, that is really cool. Okay. So, really good questions tonight. We're kind of at the end. Are there any new questions that have not yet been asked and answered? This is last call for questions before we call it a night. So, I'll give you a few more seconds here if there's somebody typing. And it looks like everybody's pretty happy that they understand this program, and that's what I'm all about here, is making sure that you really understand what it is all about in there. Thank you, Regeneration Zone. What is your name anyway? When we use our YouTube channels, it's kind of tough because most of us don't even know your real name. But it's really kind of fun to talk to you directly as a person. But I am really excited that you all came. And it looks like everybody is very, very happy to be part of Got Backup. And that's what it's all about, in my opinion. And you are so welcome, Joy. I'm glad that you feel good about where we're at, because that's the whole point of this. I can't answer those questions, Bruce. That's beyond my expertise. But thanks a lot. You guys have a great evening, and I'll see you again next Monday. Bye for now.